G'day everyone, welcome back. We are going to start in Hatton's Front today, and it is potentially, that's a stump. It is potentially our most boggiest paddock, to the point where we're cutting out part of the paddock because of how wet it is. So we will see how we go. I'm hoping we don't get bogged. Anyway, I'm down at the Rock at the moment, as you can probably tell by the cars and everything, and I've come to get myself a tyre. Now you're going, why are you getting a tyre? Well, with our snatch strap, you need to put a dampener on there, so if the snatch strap breaks, it doesn't go flying around and killing someone. Not that anyone's standing next to it when you're pulling out, but it doesn't fling into the window and kill someone. You put a tyre on, or you know, like a blanket or something like that, and when the kinetic energy is released, the tyre just brings it to the ground, and yeah, that way it's a lot safer. So that is what I'm grabbing here, and I think honestly that size tyre should do. See if I can get rid of some of that water. Alright, now in a few videos back, no, it's going to be like 15 videos back now, people were asking, because I said I might need to go down and steal something from the old case, and they wanted to have a look at the old case. So I'll quickly go around the old case. This is the old 2390. And this used to be a chaser tractor. You know, I drove this as a chaser tractor at some point. Used to be a spreader. Used to be on this. Used to be. I'll zoom in. It used to have that spreader there on the back of it at one point. So yeah, this is the old case. We use this on our bagger and debagging for a long time. So yeah, she's well, she was a good little tractor, heavy for bagging, but we made it work. And it did a rail, so the water cooling rail along the side there blew out, and yeah, couldn't get anyone to fix it, and couldn't get a part. So anyway, let's go down and fill up the seeder. I'm not joking when I think I'm going to get bogged. I've got the 75 ton strap, the tyre. I've got a cable to replace our bridle strap. I'll show you what happened last time. So when well, this is what happened. That happened. Now we didn't. We used to have a big D-shackle. I can't find it. Anyway, these two were ends, right? Like this. Now, in my thinking, and it makes sense why it's one continuous strand, because otherwise it's a weak point. Because it had these covers over it, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's all right. That's one end, that's another, and I didn't have any D-shackles with me. So what I ended up doing was de-shackling this like that, and then that one there went to our 75 ton strap, and then as I pulled, this just went like this all the way down the line, and ended up like that, because obviously it was a 2 rope, so it was always going to do it. Well, it was one continuous loop. I had no idea. So yeah, that's what happens when you don't realise. So I've got to replace that one at some point. Okay, so I'm going to fill the seeder up now while I wait for Cal to get out. He'll probably be another 20 minutes. So this is the section that's going to get left out. So basically from over here somewhere, I'll take a pass straight up to these trees on the other side. I'm going to miss them by about hopefully 20 meters, and then on the other side of them I'll go maybe 40-50 meters, and then I'll get back on this. So where I'm standing now is the east headland, and then I'll take the east headland all the way across to right about there, and then continue on. The reason is because it is just full of water. I'll walk up here and I'll show you Henry's tram. Then I'll try and zoom in on some of the mud piles that he's made as he's been driving along. So you can see that we would just get absolutely bogged in that, and then that there, and that there as well. Now that goes the whole way around, so we would just get absolutely bogged with that thing. All fueled up. Now I'm just waiting for Cal to get here so I can fill the seeder. I do though need to change that bolt right there. Although I can't do that right now because the way that the seeder is, we need it folded up so that he can get in and fill us. So I need to wait until we're full before I can fold that out and change it. Oh, here comes Cal. You might get a better idea from up here of the boggings. So you got that all around the trees there, over there, even around the around here is really bad. We're all full on liquid and water and fert. Cal's just washing the windows for me up there, and I'm about to replace this bolt. We got that bolt out. Well, Jake took those 4 bolts off their bar in town so that we can then, take this one off here and replace it. Well, that was pretty easy to change. I'll chuck the other ones in there just in case we have any more come off, which hopefully we don't. We try to keep an eye on it, but you never know. One thing we're going to do different about this paddock is we're not doing this headland, so both Henry and the seeder are going to use headland control, and the reason for it is over here is the neighbours, and they've got lentils that are just poking through the surface, so they are very, very, very fragile at the moment. So Henry's obviously got paraquat on board, which will absolutely nuke them. So we're going to wait for a more favourable day with wind coming from the east. At the moment it's very calm, but it's a light wind from the west, so being calm and a light wind, your droplets will tend to sit in the air and they'll just drift over and go over on top of that crop. So we won't be doing this boundary along here until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, so we'll just we'll see what happens. Nearly ready to go and not get bogged. Just did a rinse out here, so just so I could get all the flexi on the ground, just so I can walk around, make sure that all of them are still good, which they all do look pretty good. I've also got the fans going just to dry our pipes out. As you guys can probably see, it was quite wet this morning, so just doing all of that, and then after that we'll get roaring. I'm going to see if I can try and have the drone up while I'm going along to hopefully not get bogged, but might get exciting to see for you guys. But we'll see if I can fly it or not whilst driving. I don't know if the drone footage would have shown that very well or not, but I didn't get very far. I'm bogged. I'm not too bogged as like what I was before, but I can't go any further, and if I keep going I'm just gonna make myself a lot more trouble. So yeah, let's have a look. Casters are obviously, even this caster, which isn't even, you know, that's bogging by itself over there. We're bogged. I mean, when I say bogged, it's more just slipping on the surface. You know, bogged is like mud up to the thing there. But yeah, I did think we were going to be okay. Obviously over there is wet, but we took the ram out here yesterday and I thought it'd be alright, but yeah. Anyway, let's go over and get the ram, bring that out here. We need to hook up everything, get ready to pull me out. Actually, I might just go back to the shed and I'll help Cal take the ute off so that everything's on there is ready to come down and pull me out, and then I will I'll come out and get this all ready. We got the bridle off of the ute and we put the hitch onto it so we don't have the ball anymore, and we brought that down. And then as I pulled in here, we're talking about, you know, this side of the bar's all right, and then I bogged down and then I tried to get out and now the ram is stuck. This just isn't the day, is it?
On the bait will be
Alright, so you saw what happened there. We got around and then I've tried to start seeding. The hydraulics turned off in there. Must have been trying to get power, I don't know. Maybe I didn't even turn them on, who knows. So this part here didn't actually get seeded, but what we're going to do now, the ram's bogged again, so cows and that, and got that bogged. So I'm going to jump in with Henry and we'll pull my ram out and just bring it over to the side there. Henry's going to grab his boom spray and we're going to spray up to those trees and straight down. We're just going to exclude this area, it's too wet. We might be able to have a go once we finish the barley completely in here. We might be dry enough to then try there, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to leave the strap hooked up. We're going to do it in tandem and we'll do that section in tandem, and then yeah, we'll get rolling from there. Right, okay, let me know when you're in reverse and ready and I'll slowly pull you out this way.
Yep, ready.
Right, starting to pull up some slack, and I'll pull you up. Back in the seeder, as you can see. Now forgive me if I've already explained this plan multiple times, but I lose myself with the day. What we're doing is Henry has now sprayed out to here for me. Oh, hang on. Henry is now sprayed out to here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my tines in the ground now, seed to the fence and start going up my fence a little bit, stop, turn around, come back, get on this exact same run where we are, hook up to Henry, where they're going to go that way, seed up, go around those trees and come down. If we're good on my own steam, then we'll just leave it there. If not, then we'll come back. Now Henry reckons, because he's driven it, he reckons that I'll actually be fine on my own steam to go and do this myself. But I just want to have the tractor there so we can make sure that we get it done. So that's the plan. Okay, I'm on my own steam now, so we're just gonna try and get back over there and try and get my outside laps done. The problem that I have with this John Deere is, as you can probably hear, I've got it revving as high as it goes, but it just bogs down and just gives up the ghost. So you can't, there's nothing more to give. If I was to go down a gear now, it actually goes even worse. It goes down like 1500 revs. It doesn't keep it up high. I reckon the case would have gone a lot better in this sort of condition. The other issue I've got is those casters out the front. Now if this was the Borgo, you got those big wheels at the front and it would be a lot better flotation. What I'm finding is that those are bogging down just themselves, the weight of it out there, and they are getting bogged out on the ends. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. Yeah, so there is still some wet spots out in the paddock. My plan is to, when we see them, maybe just pull up do a loop and then get the tractor out, hook it on, then seed through it. Yeah, just see how that goes. I obviously don't want to make a mess of my paddock, but I also do want to try and seed as much as I can, and I don't want to get bogged. I'd much have the stop, hook onto the tractor, and then pull through with the tractor. So I think my spreading might be at a standstill for a little while, but we will, yeah, we'll just see how we get on. Right, we are underway. I'm going to get bogged in that for sure when I come back around. There's no doubt about that in my mind. There we go, just a classic example of this thing getting bogged down. So you can just see how soft it is out there. Coming up to the house, I was going to have the girls come out with me for a lap, but I got bogged and took my time. They've now got a friend here that's for a play date, so that's not going to happen. But I got to pull up now because I've got a blocked fur, so I'll pull up and clean that out and see how. Yeah, say hello to the girls and then keep on rolling. Rolling along, said hello to the girls, and we're just going past the horse paddocks now, as you can just see. And I had a phone call with Jake. I was just, man, this camera, come on, wake up, wake up. I had a phone call with Jake because I'm just, it bogs down. I'm just not happy about that. We've got the transmission now sitting in auto, which I'm not the biggest fan of, because it's now got me, but it's going to change the gears according to what it needs. It's not set on the speed. Actually, it is set on the speed. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm not the biggest fan of using that when it's wet, but I'll just, yeah, at least that way it'll snap the gear down when it needs to, instead of me waiting. It might be more intelligent in that sort of thing, so we'll just see how we go. Yeah, it's soft, and going out to the back, the Hatton's back, wouldn't be any better. Going around a fair chunk of it would be, but the centre of that is going to be a nightmare. It's water sits and it's a clay pan, so anyway, we'll just keep on rolling. Right, well, we just had our first little experience. I didn't get the camera out quick enough of nearly getting bogged, and this time the auto actually worked really well. So it was keeping high revs when it dropped the gear, which when I was dropping gears manually, it would just bog down and then just keep bogging down. So I guess we'll leave it on that. It, honestly, Henry was sitting there waiting because we anticipated having to be pulled through there, but we just thought we'd see how we go. And yeah, having that and then hitting the pressure override. So this one down here, instead of our, you know, we're normally on the preset 2, which is what we're on now. Hit that pressure override and it basically lifts the front of the bar up like that, and it also drops the time pressure right down. And you can hear the difference when you do it in the motor. You know, you're letting off a lot of pressure, so you're able to just try and get your way through. So I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that, yeah, it's going to be okay. I mean, the majority of this paddock is pretty good and there isn't going to be any issues with it, but there is just those couple little sections of low-lying spots where it gets out a little bit dodgy. Rightio, I'm nearly back to my house, which is up there. Henry's waiting up there at the moment because there's a really wet spot at the bottom of that run on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up there, and then he's just going to drive in front and we'll pull us through that wet patch. I've also got the guys rocking up. It's now nearly 12:30, so I'll get Cal in with Henry and Chris in with me, and then we'll just show them what the go is when towing equipment through the bog and everything like that, because they've never, you know, most of those guys have ever pulled out is probably a car with a snatch strap. So when you're dealing with lots and lots of tons, and very expensive. We don't want anything to go wrong, so we're going to teach them how to do that. And then what I'll do is I'll get Chris to do another, well, we'll basically do our skip rope, come back up. Then I'll get Chris to work this side. So I will get Chris to work this side here until he's covered this all in, and then we'll go down there. The reason for that is he will, you know, use up a bit of his weight on this side, get rid of as much weight as we can. Then we'll go on the other side there, and then, you know, see how we go getting through all that stuff over there. So that's my plan, is just to make it a bit lighter and see how we go. And then I'll have Cal just sitting in the tractor, waiting essentially. And then when he when Chris sees a wet spot, he'll stop, do a loop, and then hook on to Cal, and then they'll both drive through it together. Basically get to the end of the run, and then unhook, continue on with their day. So it's going to be painstakingly slow, but I feel that's a better option than waiting to get bogged and then not being able to pull through yourself and making a mess. It's just going to be easier to stop and then have it pull through a tandem. All right, I'm at the shed. Need to get everything off the back of my ute because I need to wash my ute because it is covered in mud, as you can see, and then
very covered.
yeah, and then down there, all the mud in the rims. It's very, very vibrating as I'm driving down the road, so I need to give her a wash, get all that mud out, and yeah, he's going well up on that west side of the house, and then in probably about an hour's time he'll be back onto the east, where we're going to have a few interesting times. But Cal will be down there in the tractor, ready to roll when he's needed. So yeah, just got to get through it, and then when we do a fill, we'll only do a half fill just to keep the weight off until we get out of all this wet stuff, and then after that we should be right. Doesn't she look so good, all washed and pretty? I bet like later on today they get proper bogged, and then I'll be out in the paddock and she'll be all covered in mud again. But hey, mud's better than dust, I guess. So anyway, Cal has headed down now, so yeah, he's just sitting in the corner of the paddock just waiting. So I've got the littlest rat bag, so we're gonna go home, just be by the two-way and just watch from a distance. I don't want to micromanage the boys and just sit there and watching them the whole time. You know, I need to put my trust in them to do the job. That being said, the last time I didn't micromanage someone, when I said I'll walk away, we had a very large incident happen. So anyway, I'm gonna yeah, head back to the house, and we'll just watch the boys from there and just be by the two-way in case we're needed. And then we'll see how we go. We might need to do a fill a little bit later on, and Henry should be down there now putting out another tank for us. Right, so we're on my phone, so if it's a bit dodgy, that's why. Just pulled this down here for Chris for tonight, and they are going to fill in a sec. Chris is up there, and he's going to come around these trees, and then they're going to do a fill. So Henry's sprayed a fair chunk of the paddock. You might be able to see him just here. There's 2 wet spots that he thinks that we're definitely going to need to pull through with. So Chris is going to pull up early tonight because I don't want to deal with that at night time. And yeah, it's just much better to do that sort of stuff in the day. So that's going to be the plan. Tomorrow we have got John Deere here. They've flown someone down from Perth to try and fix the blockage monitor issue. So I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to get done tomorrow, because we could be stopped for quite a while. I think they get here at about 10 o'clock. So we'll try and get this boggy stuff done. And then that way, yeah, when they're actually here and wanting to test it all, we can just, yeah, go for it. So hopefully that's all good. Then I'm going to make a decision about this stuff here. So this is gravel here. This is really hard, solid ground, good draining stuff. It's only between the two lots of trees here that's really dodgy. We might go for a drive tomorrow and just make a plan. Might get Henry to spray this out, and I might try and make something work out here. It's a lot of land, just fallow, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you in the next one.